Okay, I don't know who needs to hear this word, but I know this word is for somebody. And this is an exciting word. I'm so excited to share this, y'all. Okay, God is saying the end is where God begins. Now, I got this confirmation from a YouTuber. Her name is Shantia. But God gave me a dream, y'all. Right before I seen her message, I woke up at like midnight, and it was a crazy dream. I'm gonna go into the dream and what God was sharing with me, and then he led me to YouTube to this lady, this woman of God. Her name is Shantia, saying the same message that he had confirmed to me. So I'm about to share. Oh my goodness, it's so good, y'all. Okay, so in this dream that I just had, I was at my old home. It's a home in my hometown. It's a raggedy home. It's just a shack, okay? So I'm in this shack in my old home, and I'm laying with this guy named Tommy. It's one of my childhood friends. He went to school with me. His name is Tommy, right? And my mom, we was in the bedroom in the old house, laying in the bed. And my mom, she came to the room, right? And she was just like trying to stay there, like she knew we was up to no good, right? Just in the bed. We wasn't supposed to be doing, the things that we were doing in the bedroom, right? And my mom was just sticking around and just looking like basically cock blocking. That's what I was thinking in the dream. I'm like, why is she around? You know what I'm saying? And the dream quickly turned to us in a grocery store, and we were by the produce, right? Me and the guy Tommy and my mom, and she was still there, cock blocking, doing what she do. So I'm gonna end it right there, y'all. I'm gonna end it right there because that was the thing that God wanted me to get out of this dream for this specific message. Okay, so God led me to look up the name Tommy. What does the Greek what's the Greek meaning for it, the Hebrew meaning? And because I was like, hold on, why is Tommy in my dream? I haven't thought about Tommy in years, okay? So with that being said, I know it was because God wanted me to look up the definition of the name. Okay, so it took me to the full name, which is Thomas, which means completeness and integrity. It's also part of a high priest breastplate. A few more definitions is blameless, upright, fullness, full measure. And lastly, but not least, the end. It means the end. Thomas means the end, okay? Now, the message that I came across, it literally says the end. Actually, let me go to it. Okay, so the message I came across, it says, it reads, the end is where God begins. So, of course, that caught my eye, and God literally led me to this video. So I'm like, okay, let me click on it. It was only 7 minutes. Okay, so in the video, she states that there has been a shift February 17th, and she made the video yesterday, which was February the 17th, 2004, marks the end to a generational cycle. And then she was speaking on the number 7. I don't know, some of you may know, some of you may not, but the number 7 means completion, which is the same thing as Tommy, the guy that I had dreamed about, the same meaning. She goes on and says that you have came to an end with trying to do things your own way. So now God is going to begin a new chapter, a new season, and he is going to show you what he has planned for you the entire time. He is going to show you, he's going to reveal. And she reads Joshua 24:13. And I don't know if you guys know or not, but Joshua has been very critical in this season, because it speaks about the promised land and taking over and having dominion and God going before you, okay? So Joshua, I would definitely recommend that you read Joshua, the full chapter, okay, for this season, because it's a whole bunch of Joshuas that God is raising up. It's a whole bunch of y'all, a whole bunch of us, okay? And also it's a lot of Josephs that are rising in this hour as well. So my old house in the dream represented the old things, the patterns, the demonic strongholds that were keeping my family in bondage and in this demonic cycle. And also my mom represents a fruitful field in God, because her name is Charmel, which means a fruitful field. And that's why she was staying near to me, and everywhere I went, she was there. Okay. And then Tommy represented the end. Like God was literally showing me and showing you guys that the old ways have passed away. The end is now the beginning. Your end, you have tried to do it your own way. You have sought the Lord and you found out that his way is the highway. It is the easiest way. It is the only way that you can fulfill your purpose and calling in life. And y'all, the dream transitioned to us in the grocery store by the produce, because that signifies its fruit. We were by the produce, which is fruit, which is vegetables, vegetation. So it represents fruitfulness. It represents territory, the promised land that God is giving you in this hour. And this word is for many people. It's not just for one person, because also I just remembered that I saw a lot of kids in there. It was a lot of kids that were by the produce aisle, which means that God is raising many of his children in this hour to take over, to have dominion. It is the end of the old, but the end means the beginning. It's also a scripture that God led me to. The first shall be last, and the last shall be first. And that can mean so many different things. You guys were always the last, the one that will always overlooked, the ones that were always counted out. But now God is bringing you to the front, to the forefront. This also means that the generational cycles, the demonic cycles, ended with you. You were the last that had to go through the things that your ancestors went through. But you are also the beginning. You're also the one that is called out of that thing first, so that you may rise up many people in your family line. They're not going to have to go through the same suffering that you went through, because you outstood and you went through that test with God. You withstood the test. God is raising you up as a pioneer of the faith. And that is why you had to endure and go through so many things that you went through, because you are the first. He is building his church on you, which is planted on the solid rock, Jesus Christ. So with that being said, the shift is already happened. It is already done. What you want to do is to remain or get into God's presence. Be obedient in this hour. That is key. Follow the instructions that he is giving you. He is giving you the grace to overcome and have dominion in whatever things that he has called you to. So follow the instructions of the Lord, and welcome to your new beginning. Y'all be blessed.